Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Great to be back in a great crosstown rivalry.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other, brother, but you know what? We got a heck of a double dip tonight. Anytime you get the Bobcats of John Glenn coming over to the Duke Dome here at Essexville, Garber, you're going to have a lot of fun.
We're expecting a packed house tonight. Pep Band is in the house to add a little flavor. We don't see a lot of the Pep Bands, so it's a great little addition.
It is a great little addition. No school today for a lot of people around the area. Midwinter break, as we like to call it, so everybody's out having a good time, and it's going to be a festive night tonight here at the Duke Dome.
Well, we've got a John Glenn Bobcat team, 13-4 overall. They go 2-2 in their first two games. Since then, they have really gotten on a roll.
Yeah, you know what, Jeff? We watched them last year at the end of last year, and we really like the way these kids play. I think they've got a lot of kids coming back, but 13-4, 5-3 in the league, that's a really impressive record for these young ladies. And, you know, this game will be a really, really good test for the Lady Bobcats here at Garber.
First time the John Glenn wins by 15 on the 9th of January. But just a couple of weeks ago, a little transition. Had a resignation of the head coach, and a real familiar face with over 200 high school wins steps in, and they have not skipped a beat.
Well, you know, so much for retiring from coaching. So Dale Clyde is still the assistant on the boys, but he steps up and takes over as the head varsity girls coach at John Glenn. And you know Dale as well as I do, and he'll do a fantastic job with those young ladies.
Well, as good as things went with Coach Moore, I really think the ceiling on this team could be a little bit higher now. He's been with them now for 2 solid weeks. They understand the little tweaks that he has done differently than Coach Moore, and I really think that you'll see that bearing fruit on the floor.
Well, and everybody knows Dale's style of coaching. You know, he's going to get after you. He's defense-oriented. He wants to play defense, and that's what's going to set up his offense. And I've seen Dale coach for a long time. You've watched them on the sideline. These girls will be mentally and physically prepared, and technically they're going to be really, really good in all aspects of the game.
Well, it's military defense.
Yeah, it is.
Navel to navel, belly button to belly button. He'll get after him.
That's right.
But you've got, on the other hand, you've got a Garber team that is in transition with a newer coach coming up from the JV ranks, so she's familiar with the program and starting to do good things.
She's doing really good, Jeff. They're 6-11 overall. They're having a little tough time in the league, but you know, this Tri-Valley's a pretty tough league, so she's doing a nice job. She had big shoes to fill when she took this job, when Kim Klein decided it's time for her to retire. So Megan Cockrell has done a great job here at Garber. She's got the girls, you know, she's got some Kim Klein in her, but she wants to put some of her stuff in there also. So I think 6-11 at this point in the season is a pretty good record for the Lady Dukes.
Well, and I think you've got a girl in Megan that has paid her dues.
Yep.
She has gone through the JV program and ran that, so I think her time has come to put her stamp on this program.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, that's well said, Jeff. And she was the head coach at the junior varsity level and sat next to Kim Klein, so she understands what's going to happen at the varsity level. It is different when you get to that varsity level. When I moved from JV to varsity, it's a little bit different. It just takes a little bit while to get used to, but once you get used to it, get the kids doing what you like to do, man, it's a lot of fun.
When you look at 6-11, you look at 13-4. Out the window, those records go when these two crosstown rivals meet.
We're going to take that back door out there. We're going to throw these records away, and let's get after it. It's going to be a great night for basketball.
That about puts the wrap on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
Your husband is having a heart attack. The ambulance crew asks,
"Which hospital?"
Before you answer, consider this. Covenant Healthcare is the region's most preferred hospital for both emergency and heart care. With an expert team of board-certified cardiologists and the Great Lakes Bay region's first and largest structural heart disease program.
Take us to Covenant.
Good answer.
Good evening and welcome to the Duke Dome.
Oh boy, it's filling up.
It is going to be a packed house. I think they found out Bay County TV was going to be in the house, Quiz.
I would have to agree with you.
The John Glenn Bobcats with the first offensive possession, and the first shot is up and shot by Gabel. Is missed, one and done as the rebound comes down to the Lady Dukes.
All right, look at that Lady Duke starting lineup, Jeff. Two freshmen and 3 juniors starting for the Lady Dukes here tonight at the Duke Dome.
Well, that certainly bodes well for the future, and the first offensive shot is up and missed by number 15, Arnold. It's one and done as well, as both teams are going to be stingy on those defensive glass, as the tickling of the twine on the trifecta. Alonzo Manny with the first 3 of the game.
I'll tell you what, that's a good way to start. Here come the Bobcats in that 1-2-1-1 diamond full court press. Garber did a nice job of breaking it right there, Jeff, with an easy basket. Good patience by the Lady Dukes breaking that press.
Well, Dave did a really nice job of hitting the baseline, getting around the defender. Tough angle with a kiss off the glass for the Deuce. Long trifecta just off the back iron.
Woo.
20 feet rebound.
That looked like it was from the back parking lot.
That thing was heading over to Coach Clyde. So going back to the offensive set. Not afraid to burp it up from downtown. That shot is off the mark from Manny. But the ball goes to the other side. And making the trifecta happen, number 12, Carbino with a great 3. And they're not shy when they're burping it.
I tell you what, I thought we heard a rumor that we weren't going to live and die by the 3 with the Lady Bobcats, but that rumor was not true.
Well, that didn't mean he wasn't going to shoot a few of them early. He might try and get that defense out, and then he'll try and score down to the basket. So,
tell you, when they got off the Bluebird, they were in range tonight.
Well, they were checking the scouting report to see if Bay County TV was going to say anything, and we held off our pregame information so that the world didn't know.
Oh, boy. Gotta love the three-pointer.
There's another soft shot from the baseline. Just comes up a little bit short that time by number 11. And that's Masters. And kind of short-armed that shot a little bit. And again, another unforced turnover as the Bobcat offense goes back on the move. There's another 3 ball. That's a little bit long, but there it is, the backside rebound, me favorite. And we're going to have a quick Megan timeout. They'll take a break. It's the Bobcats 8 and the Dukes 2 back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Glad to have you along tonight. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming as we've got 5.5 left in our first quarter. And again, the Dukes nearly turned the ball over. They're going to get a shot up offensively, and that ball might have hit that baseline, but they're going to get another offensive opportunity. Sweeping the glass to make sure they have no more as Masters, as the John Glenn Bobcats back on the offensive set.
Well, and you look at the Bobcat team, Jeff, they're not exactly got a lot of seniors out there either. They got some sophomores and some juniors that have started. So these are 2 young teams for both squads.
When you see a floater from 8 or 9 feet, you know that mid-range shot is super tough. She made it look real easy.
Yeah, that was a nice-looking shot right there by the Bobcats. Here come the Bobcats again.
And it's 10-2 after the turnover. The Dukes trying to get back into it.
That'll get you back into it.
Tickle of the twine on the trifecta. And just that quick, the lead is cut down to 10-5.
1-2-1-1, same press by the Lady Dukes.
When you've got a situation, though, where you get your feet squared up in the corner, that pass hits you chest high in rhythm, you're going up and it scores.
Well, and it was just a really, really nice pass right there, Jeff, and she was wide open. In the modern game nowadays, if you got that shot, you got the green light. So take it, and 13-5, Bobcats with the lead.
It's amazing when you look back, Coach, at how that little smiley face that's 19 feet 9 inches from the basket has changed this game. I know you drool every time you think about what could have been.
I was there when I was playing. I'd be salivating.
Well, the Shapansky wouldn't have had hardly any points.
No, he would have made 16 honorable mention. And I tell him that every time I see him.
Oh, you know why you tell him that?
Because I can.
Oh, absolutely. 4 minutes and counting left in our first quarter, 13-5. The John Glenn Bobcats with the early lead, trying to go free throw extension. The Duke defense really slammed the door on that, but the Bobcats able to get the ball back. Ooh, a little crossover, a little strong for the Manny. And we're going to have two-shot foul as a steal and an opportunity to go to the hole. We'll put him at the free throw line.
At the line for the Bobcats is number 11, and that's Lillian Masters, a sophomore. Going to shoot a couple for first foul for the Lady Dukes, number 21. That's Brinley McIntyre. First team personal, her first foul, excuse me.
I'm looking around, Coach. We're going to have an SRO crowd tonight.
Tell you what, we're going to be surrounded by a whole bunch of folks.
All our groupies.
Yeah.
It is going to be a fun night. And whenever this place fills up, it gets loud and proud, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Split of the two at the free throw line for Alonzo Manny. And it's 14-5 right now as the Garber Dukes break the press very easily, and now they get into their offensive sequence. Trying to go down underneath. Great extra pass to the outside, a little bit too strong. And we're going to have the Bobcat ball as they are going to have 9-point lead with 3:19 left in the first with possession.
Nothing wrong with the shot the Lady Dukes are getting, Jeff. They're good open shots. They're just not going down right now. But shoot your way out of it. Keep putting them up, and they're eventually going to fall.
Well, and you know what we've got here when you've got adrenaline flowing in a crosstown rivalry. That can affect early shots. So certainly still well within the realm of the ball game. Maybe a little overzealous on that pass, and another turnover. That's about the fourth one of the first quarter for the Lady Dukes. Yeah,
they just need to kind of slow down a little bit, Jeff. And I've had the opportunity to play in this gym a few times, and when it gets rocking, it gets loud, it gets hot, and this is a tough place to play. This is a great environment to play basketball in.
3 minutes left in our first quarter, 14-5. The Lady Bobcats with the lead and the offense. Boy, what a great move to the hole, unable to finish on the one and done, and that was Polson. At the other end of the floor, just a little out of control, but got enough contact to go to the line and shoot a pair.
Foul's going to be on number 4, Aubrey Moore, the sophomore. Her first team foul, number 1. At the line, looks like number 22 for Garber is Shayler McIntyre.
McIntyre, she doesn't waste much time. She looks at it, squares it up, and lets it fly. And it was all cotton on the first delivery.
Sometimes you don't want to overthink the room. Just do your routine. That's the key to a good free throw shooter, a good routine.
Rhythm.
Do the same thing every time.
2 dribbles, bend to the knees, flick of the wrist, all cotton on the second. 2 great-looking free throws and much-needed deuce for the Dukes.
That'll get you back in the game. Got to make those free throws.
Well, and you know what happens sometimes when you get that as well is that kind of puts your rest of you in rhythm. So great spin move to the hole, and the John Glenn Bobcats, they're going to need a little TO right now. His Uncle Mo is starting to switch. It's 14-9, 5-point lead for the Bobcats. 2:27 left in the first. Back in a moment on BCTV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Back here on BCTV, after a Dale Clyde timeout, regroup the troops. And I think that you'll see a real nice set play out of this timeout because the Garber Dukes did not change their defense. And a little patience on offense as the Garber defense is out about 28 feet from the basket. And a shot from the baseline is errant, and the rebound comes down to the Garber Lady Dukes. And with 2 minutes and counting left in our first quarter, trying to dent this 5-point deficit. What a great floater, little softy with the left hand, unable to make it go that time for Bebow.
That was a nice little shot right there, Jeff. Just didn't go down that time for the Lady Dukes. And I'll tell you what, these Lady Bobcats, they like to burp it up, but when they make them, they're very effective, and then they get back on defense very well also. 2-2-1 this time, little change up coming out of the timeout.
I like the difference, even if you only show it for one time. That was a foot on the line, but the little bit long. Moore coming down the floor right now. We know she's got a great range.
She's a hooker.
She's
a lefty.
She says, just like Dad when he was at Tawas. He goes, we know how to get to that line, and we know how to finish it.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty looking shot. We saw that go all the way down through the net.
We had a great angle of that one for sure. As the Dukes down by 8 onto the offensive set. Ball just tipped away. As the Dukes try to make that happen, the ball kicked. It'll be back out of bounds. Over to the Dukes with 51.5 left in the first.
Nice solid defense there, right there by the Bobcats in number 15 and number 12 for Essexville Garber. Carly Arnold and Ellie Gaith back in the ball game for the Dukes. 50 seconds to go, Jeff, here in the first quarter.
Boy, and I'll tell you, on this court, there are 2 lines on either side of the center line, and as an official, you really better be squared up on which one is the center line, because if you catch that just out of the corner of your eye, it can be a little bit unheartening. What a great rebound, unable to finish.
Those are tough rebounds to get, too.
And it's Moore coming back down the floor. They're going to pick her up 25 feet from the basket. She's not going to get an uncontested look at the ring. She says, I'll back up to 25 and let it go, and that's just a little bit long as the ball goes back over with 16.9 to the Lady Dukes.
17-9. Bobcats with the lead, Jeff, as you just said. 16.9 to go here in a very briskly played first quarter here at the Duke Dome.
And again, there's the pressure. And the Dukes are going to be able to beat that 10 seconds as they get by with about 2 seconds left in the 10. Trying to make something happen quick. They better burp it up as they're going to run out of time. And that's the end of our first quarter of play with the John Glenn Bobcats 17 and the Garber Dukes 9. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back here on BCTV and other duties as a sign coach.
He looks like a custodian there. He's got a mop in his hand. Dave Schwartz, a great athletic director. Hall of Famer, was just put in there this year. Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2025.
Great individual.
Great guy. Loved working for him and with him when I had my time out here in the Essexville Hampton Public Schools.
He gave a great speech, too, for his acceptance. So back here to the second quarter as, again, Dave doing it all here as he's done for a long time.
27 years, I think.
We're going to have a 5-second. Is that what we got? Or are they going to get a 2-hand push?
think the foul is going to be on number 44 for the Bobcats. That is Emerson Jarek, another freshman in the game for the Bobcats.
As that ball down on the ground takes a fortuitous bounce, and it will be back over to the John Glenn Lady Bobcats.
Boy, they get after you on defense, don't the Bobcats? Wow, they got great hands, great feet. Kind of reminds me of going back to the Doctor of Defense, Dr. Tom Murray, up there in the Standish Sterling Central Panther days.
Well, again, Coach Moore really did a lot of great things with this group. Dale Clyde has just done what he's done to put his fingerprint on this, and they just continue to play great basketball.
Oh, that was a nice move.
What a great little Euro step with a scoop and a kiss off the glass for two.
That was a really nice move. Here they come back, pressing full court again. Nice job by the Bobcats.
And see, when the Bobcats have a 2-on-1, when they're double defending, you've really got to rotate and attack because somebody's going to be left unguarded, normally on the backside.
You got to always look opposite when you know somebody's coming.
I learned that from the man standing next to me. Coach, see, through osmosis, I've absorbed a little bit over the decades.
We're going to put your report card up on the refrigerator. You get an A+.
I was looking for an S+.
Well, Grandma Doan will be happy with whatever you get.
So would Miss Betty, my kindergarten teacher. She didn't give out S+s for nothing.
Satisfactory plus.
Yes. 6.5 left in our first half of play. The Garber Lady Dukes down 9, trying to claw their way back into this game. Look at the great ball movement as it's going side to side, as they're just looking to beat that defense. What a great job of penetrating through the defense. Got a good look, unable to make it finish, but the Lady Dukes with possession.
Remy Polson was ready to go to the back door on that play, Jeff, and she's decided not to, so that's when they had to burp it up. But you can see that was the intent of the play. If she can go back door, you give it to her. If not, you throw it up, take the shot.
And again,
you know what I like hearing? Sneakers.
Absolutely.
Can you hear them?
And we did talk with Dave Schwartz. He said over the Christmas break they redid this floor, and there's nothing quite like it. And we're going to have a foul at the other end, and that's going to be on Arnold. And I know at Bay City Central, when I facilitate, I said if the custodial staff doesn't get a chance to do anything, you're going to sweep the floor and you're going to Zamboni the floor, because for the 2 or 3 games played that night, it's exactly what I want to hear, the squeaking of shoes.
Yep, that's an annual thing here at Garber, getting the gym floor done here every Christmas break.
Trying to slide that ball around, and again, great perimeter passing leads to an open tickling of the twine. Alonzo Manny just making it look easy with that 13-point lead. Now the Garber Lady Dukes, they really look like they're rushing a little bit because of the pressure that the Bobcat defense is putting on them.
It's really good, solid defense, good pressure right there. A foul on number 20 for the Bobcats, Allie Gable. That'll be her first team foul. Number 2 at the line will be number 22, Shayla McIntyre. We're going to have a timeout, Jeff.
We'll take a break and be back in a moment with 5:14 left in the first half. 22-9. John Glenn over Bobcats. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guasdala, glad to have you along. Let's thank our great sponsors.
All right, Jeff. Covenant Healthcare, the Bay City All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame Village in action, towing in the official apparel provider of Bay County TV, Sandlot Sports.
I heard there was a little ribbon cutting this week.
Yeah, we officially opened up the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame at the Historical Museum, 321 Washington Avenue. It is open, ready to go, and it has turned out really well. So if you're out and about, Bay County residents get in free, but they love donations.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful display, and it's right across from the Santa House display. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 special when you go to the museum.
I was hanging out with the Doan family when I was working over there, painting and getting it all ready. So, it turned out really nice, and we're looking forward to a long relationship.
Great 2-for-2 for McIntyre at the line. Lady Dukes have shot very well in the first half from the free throw line.
Yep, that's going to be key. That will get you right back in the ball game, Jeff. 5 minutes exactly to go here. Nice pass, good cut right there. Nice job by the Bobcats.
Masters really got the ball a split second late on her cut, but was able to gather herself, find an angle off the glass, and finish.
And really nice hands by 11, Alyssa Balker, to get that layup.
That thing just comes off the front iron. And that's too bad, too, because number 21, McIntyre, looked like she had a beat on that ball, but it just hit the front of the iron. And another three by Moore. Just a 6-0 run, 27-11 now, 16-point lead for the Bobcats, and they continue with that pressure, and I believe you'll see that all game long. Great recovery that time by the Bobcat defense.
And I remember going back to my long-term memory, Jeff, and we watched them at Glen last year at the very last game of the year. These girls could really shoot the three, and they're doing a nice job tonight with 27-11, 4:22 to go here in the first half.
Well, we were told they weren't going to live and die by the three. Well, they're just living by it, not dying. See, there's a difference in the interpretation.
I wasn't going to say we got bad information. We just got different information.
That one goes off the mark, and again, it comes off so hard that it was really a tough rebound for everybody, but finally gathered in by Masters. Trying to move the ball around right now. Moore sends it back up top. Deep on the right wing corner. Ball down on the ground, and they're going to get rid of that before we have a holding, and we're going to have a grab. That is only going to be team foul number 2 on the Dukes here at the halfway point of the second quarter. So the officials, I love there's contact in this game. They're consistent. They're letting the girls play.
Let the girls play. Varsity level game. Let the kids play. That foul is on Shayla McIntyre, her first, team foul number 2. A nice play, nice layup right there by Moore.
Moore got the layup again, but the defense just didn't communicate well. That cut, you cannot give up those uncontested layups.
You got to chest the cutter, and they're cutting across the lane like that. You got to make sure you bump them. They don't get a free ride through there.
Well, they don't get a free ride, but boy, you got to talk. You got to chirp and let somebody know that they're coming, just like you do on a screen. There's a great move, and we're going to have a foul. That's a good call. And that is going to send McDonald to the line to shoot a pair.
That foul is on Lillian Masters, her first, team foul number 3. Olivia McDonald, the freshman, at the line for the Garber Dukes to shoot 2.
5 for 5 at the line right now. Again, they've just got nice strokes.
That thing about brought rain right there. But you know what? Put a good arch on it, and it's going to go in every time.
You like that trajectory?
I like that second one even better.
Yeah, I thought that was going to touch the Nimbo Stratus and bring a little precip to us.
We don't need any more precip.
Yes. We're losing some of that, boy, with temperatures going to be tickling 50 here in the next week. Parade's coming up. We don't need snow for the parade.
No.
Great step in, and Moore is going to get called for a foul. If you're going to commit a foul, probably a good foul because you're giving up a free 2 on a layup there. It's a non-shooting situation, only team foul 4.
That's Aubrey's second personal foul, but nice anticipation by number 22 for the Lady Dukes, Shayla McIntyre. And good job right there by Coach Dale Clyde getting more out of there with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. She won't see the floor the rest of this quarter.
I would say probably not unless they go on a massive run.
Nope.
Which I think they'll control the tempo here the rest of the first half and allow that. There is a steal. Got
the right hand.
Yep. I like the way that she went to the side to try and get the angle, just put it up a little strong.
Like it when your kids are using the left hand. And looks like we're going to shoot a couple free throws down here at this end, Jeff. Did not see who the foul was against.
I think they're going to call it on Alonzo Manning. That will be her first.
McIntyre, number 22, is at the line. The junior for the Lady Dukes. They've been really, really good from the free throw line tonight, Jeff, as you pointed out many times.
This was the most patient of any of the free throws in the first half, but well, they can't be 100%. That looks like a little better stroke.
Yeah, that looked good.
It's 29-14 with 2:45 left in our first half of play. Trying to slide the ball around right now, and I think they're going to force the Duke defense to expend a little energy as they'll look for another one of those backdoor cuts. Ooh, a little bit of a lazy bounce pass there, nearly picked off by the Dukes. There's that shot to the corner and just shuffled the Tootsies.
A little bit, good call.
Yep. No need, if you're not going to shoot that ball, there's no need to be in a hurry to get that ball back out in front.
Yeah, referee was standing right there, saw the whole thing. 2:23 to go here in the first half. 29-14. Lady Bobcats up over the Lady Dukes here at the Duke Dome, Jeff.
That's Joe Rodriguez. I've had the opportunity to work many times with him, as I have Mike Bonacek, who's the lead official right now down on the baseline. Third official, not real familiar with him, but they've done a great job here in the game. As again, taking their time, they go underneath, they see nothing there, and they just patiently bring it back out front and reset up the show.
Really nice ball movement. Good open cutting without the basketball. And that's a little tough one right there, just off the fingertip. That's going to happen with $1:50 to go here in the first quarter.
Sometimes you get in a hurry to get to the hole and you forget to bring the orange with you.
Yeah, you got to catch the rock first before you take it anywhere you want to go.
Big offensive opportunity here for the Lady Dukes, down 15. They really need to find it in the bottom of the hole. That shot goes up a little strong. Another 10-foot backside rebound for the Lady Bobcats. Trying to slide that down. That pass came to the middle just a little bit too late and forced up an errant shot. And we're going to have a reach-in foul, and 2 free throws are going to be shot down here at the other end of the floor.
Foul's going to be on number 20, Allie Gable, Jeff. And 2 shots for, again, Shayla McIntyre. We're going to have some substitution coming into the game after the first free throw. 1:21 to go here in the first half.
Boy, 2 on each side, and Coach Dale Clyde a little bit frustrated with that last foul. It's like we just don't need it at that point down there. Yeah. Just go back and play good defense. So message sent, I'm sure message received.
Absolutely. You know what? You hear what he says. It goes in one ear. You hear what the coach says. Let it out the other one, and let's get ready to go back in the game. Forget about it.
Again, great job at the free throw line for the Lady Dukes.
Kind of keeping them in this ball game, Jeff, and then down 13. So they're very fortunate making all their free throws tonight.
And again, John Glenn just trying to force action when they really don't need to at this point. And there's a little 18-footer, a step in, and a long rebound comes back to the Lady Dukes with 55 seconds left in the first half. Just a little bit strong. I wouldn't be shocked if John Glenn opts to take the last shot of the first half, but they're going right strong to the hole. That's why I'm up here, Coach. Like, if you were the coach, people would be going, oh, no, get this guy out of here. Put him upstairs.
That's why we're up here, brother.
Great look on the inside. And Alonzo Manning going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Finley McIntyre on the foul for the Lady Dukes. 45.2 to go. 29-16. Bobcats doing a really nice job at all facets of the game here tonight, Jeff, here in the first half.
First free throw grabs double piece of iron and rattles out. As coming into the ball game will be Meisner. Second free throw attempt. Slight adjustment, got double iron and unable to finish that as well. And that ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will be back over to the Lady Dukes with 40 ticks left in our first half.
2-2-1 full court. They've been pretty consistent with that press here in the second quarter, excuse me.
Ball going into the corner right now, sending it back up top. Looking for somebody to rotate out. They go down on the floor, and that is going to be a held ball. Alternate possession goes back over to John Glenn. Now, unless they get a layup, I think they may go for the last shot of the half. Let's see how many times I can say this before it comes to fruition.
Well, how many times are you going to be wrong?
Well, if I'm right now, I'll be back at 50% and probably stop making prognostications.
For this year.
For this half. And again, just a little bit too excited. You know, you're in no hurry with that offensive set.
Just a little miscommunication. Coach Clyde having a good time with the officials down there. And I always like to chat with the officials when I was coaching too, Jeff.
Well, and we love it too, because when you present yourself the right way, I got all day for you as an official. So in the corner.
Good take.
Just getting there a split second too late was Jurek. And going to the free throw line with 8.1 ticks left in the first half will be the Lady Dukes.
Allie Gaith, number 12, freshman starter for the Dukes, going to shoot a couple free throws.
Just a little strong on that first offering.
They haven't missed one of those in a long time.
I think that's only their second miss of the first half.
So.
That's probably accounted for more than half of their points here in the first half. The second one just a little bit strong, no box out, and that will drive a coach nuts as a late first half basket. And that's the end of our first half of play. And our score, the John Glenn Lady Bobcats 29 and the Garber Lady Dukes 17. We'll be back in a moment, recap the first half, set the stage for the second half right here on BCTV.
Here is where the next generation is born. But we're also the birthplace of innovation, advanced treatments, second chances, and hope. At Covenant Healthcare, we're the most preferred health system because of the trust we have built across generations. And our leadership continues with the next generation. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Back at our halftime show here at the Duke Dome here, we are looking at a first half that was really back and forth. It stayed about 10 the whole first half.
It was really a good first half for both squads, Jeff. You know, John Glenn got out to a really good start, 17-9 in the first quarter. Garber held their own there in the second quarter, so it was really, really nice. And, you know, Garber just kind of stuck around. They made their free throws, which was huge for the Lady Dukes.
Looked for a while in the first half like the Lady Bobcats were going to go on a run and really blow this thing open. You're right. Free throw shooting kept the Dukes in it in the first half, and then they got some timely shooting.
Yeah, it was really a nice job by the Lady Dukes of staying in it. You know, they didn't panic. They didn't try to get it all back at once. So they're right in it at halftime. And so they'll make some adjustments at the beginning of the third quarter. And you know, if they keep making those free throws, it's going to be an interesting second half for this basketball game.
It's going to be a fun second half, and if John Glenn shoots the way they shot in the first half, it's going to be tough. But I'll tell you again, that free throw shooting from the Dukes was the thing that I was most impressed with from them.
It was really impressive, Jeff. And so, you know, they keep that up and they make a few adjustments. And I think we're going to see a great second half of basketball here at the Duke Dome.
That about puts the wraps on our Bay County Sports Hall of Fame halftime show. Back with all the second half action in just a moment on BCTV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
back here on Bay County TV. The second half caught us by surprise.
I'll tell you what, great halftime show by all the young kids coming in and learning a little cheer and dance team. What a nice night for those young ladies, Jeff.
Well, and what's great is talking to some parents, and they went, there's no place to sit. It's a jam-packed house. We paid $20 for our family of 4 to get in. We just came for the halftime show, and now there's room for more people to come in. There's a lot of people left after the halftime show.
Best $20 those fathers ever spent.
Yeah, at least that's what Mom will tell them.
Oh, yeah. You know what they say, when Mom is happy.
Yeah, there's a chance for the rest. You're right. 7:20 and counting left in the third quarter. Turnover for the Lady Bobcats as the Garber Dukes come down the floor. Great job defensively, great verticality, ball knocked out of bounds.
Well, nice thing, Jeff, I was looking at the halftime score. It was pretty even. It was 12-10 for the second quarter. So, the Lady Bobcats got out to a big lead, but Garber held their own with that nice job with the free throws.
It was a great first half of basketball, and the Lady Dukes have really kept themselves in this game.
Yeah.
Looking for an opportunity, and that ball is tipped and it goes out of bounds, and they will say was last touched off the tip by the Lady Bobcats.
Out of bounds underneath number 22, that is Shayla McIntyre for the Lady Dukes.
Great look inside, but again, hands up on defense and causing another turnover. Just a little bit past the outstretched hands of the Lady Bobcats as they flew down the floor. That was number 11, Lillian Masters.
Coach Clyde's going to stay in that 2-2-1 full court press. I'll just kind of token pressure, Jeff, but and next time they'll maybe put a little more pressure on or change it up.
Well, and it really has affected the tempo of the Duke offense, I think. As that shot goes up just a little bit strong. Great backside rebound that time by McIntyre.
I like the way Shayla plays. She really does a nice job. She's kind of jack of all trades, master of none. Plays down low, is at the point guard, can really play well. A good way to start for the Dukes. They're going to get 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be number 15 for Garber, Carly Arnold, this junior for the Lady Dukes.
Arnold got that one step on the defender and just took it strong to the hole. Knew she was either going to get a layup or be fouled.
Put it on nothing but the bottom of the net. Jeff, when you're going to the rack like that, it's got to be a good pass. You got to lead the player cutting right where you want it to be. It was a nice job by the Lady Duke. Second one is up and really, really nice. Don't look now. 29-20 with 6:20 to go here in the third quarter.
Back to a single-digit deficit and another unforced turnover. As the Lady Dukes trying to dent that 9-point deficit. Thought about the long three, but said we can get a better look than that. That three will be there anytime we need it. And that ball goes out of bounds, and we're going to say was last touched by the Lady Bobcats, and then not touched again by the Dukes till the ball had already crossed that end line.
Coach Megan Cockrell had a nice talk with her ball team at halftime. And they have come out with a little pep in their step. They're down 9 with 6:02 to go here in the third quarter.
2 quick team fouls in this third quarter by the Bobcats. So with 6:02 left in the third quarter, ball is kicked and will be back over underneath the basket as the Lady Dukes. We'll see if they can dent this 9-point deficit.
Same play.
And again, that was not the same area of pass. Had to spin around at the other end of the floor. Tough angle that time on the shot from Polson.
A little bit closer than she thought she was, Jeff, and she looked up just a skosh closer. Good take by Shayla McIntyre.
How about the more box out? Here's a little better angle, but a little bit strong. How about the hustle down the floor, get the scraps, and put it back off the glass for the Deuce.
It's number 22, Alea Alonzo Manning, the sophomore. And, Jeff, we're going to have a timeout, Garber Dukes.
31-20. It's an 11-point Glen lead back in a moment on BCTV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. Back here on BCTV is, there's a familiar sight at the table, Coach.
Nice to see Janet Clyde, the head coach of the Clyde family. We all know who's the head coach. He came up and said hi to us, and she's enjoying that retired life and spent a lot of time in Bay City schools, and she did a great job over there. Most of the time was at T.L. Handy.
Thomas Lincoln it was. She's been out of it 2.5 years. It just seems like yesterday, but she loved her time there, but she's even happier just being a grandma and enjoying life.
You know when it's time to go. I'll tell you that right now.
Do you?
I do.
I'm still waiting to figure that out.
You'll get up someday and it'll be 30-degree below wind chill factor. And that's enough.
I've seen enough. 5:12 left in the third. They got to get that ball in, just beat the 5-second. Trying to get that ball underneath, and Moore kicks that ball out of bounds. So they'll take that onto the side.
Mr. Benashak over there on the right in front of by the scorer's table.
He can shoot the ball back in the day. I
played a little City League ball with him. He could play. He was a good player.
He's at this point in the year where the knees are bothering him a little bit, but, he's doing 7, 8, 9 games every week, and he's only 58. He's a young 58, but it'll take its toll on you.
That's young for us.
At the other end, just missing the opportunity for that breakaway, and the rebound comes down to McDonald. She fouled on the follow-up, and will have an opportunity to go to the line to shoot two.
Olivia McDonald, the sophomore, is going to shoot a couple free throws. Fouls on number 3, Remy Polson for the Bobcats. Her first personal team foul, number 3 for the Bobcats. And again, the Dukes, hot from the free throw line.
Doug Clark, hot. Second free throw attempt forthcoming. Little bit strong, could not get the fortuitous bounce.
Good hustle by Claire Arnold.
Down 10, they're going to have another opportunity to get back into the offensive set. And again, those are the fouls that really frustrate your coach, because all you got to do is put your hands up, your hands out, and play good defense. They try to reach in that little bit. There's contact. You make it easy on the officials.
You don't want to put the Dukes at the line either, the way they're shooting those free throws, Jeff. They're keeping themselves right in the ball game at the free throw line.
Well, there's just over 4.5 left in the third quarter, and the next one and all ensuing will put them at the line, including this one.
That would have been big if that would have went. It'll be number 22, Shayla McIntyre, going to the line. She's going to shoot a couple. Fifth team foul for the Bobcats, Jeff, with 4:33 to go here in the third quarter. Huge.
5-0. And it's funny because, inevitably what a lot of coaches are going to say is, hey, it's 5-0 on the fouls. As an official, I tune that right out and I go down the floor. I call the game the way I see it. I'm sorry, Coach. It's 5-0 on fouls, but I'm just going to keep doing my thing.
That's all you can do.
Yep. And another free throw.
Man, that's
good.
been impressive.
They're shooting close to 90% at the free throw line.
I would say so.
So again, half-court pressure coming from the Lady Dukes. And they're causing the John Glenn Bobcats to stretch things back out near midcourt. Trying to attack the basket. And just getting there, a split second late on defense is going to be number 15, Carly Arnold.
Yeah, just a skosh late right there, Jeff. 22, Alonzo Manny will go to shoot the 2 free throws with 4:11 to go here in the third quarter. And that extended 1-2-2 matchup zone has done a nice job, the Lady Dukes, against the Bobcats here in the third quarter.
And again, the Bobcats took a pretty good amount of time, found a seam, and attacked the hole. So that's exactly what you want to do against that defense. 0 for 2, but fighting for the loose change and rolling it back around. What a great look underneath, and just a little bit too far underneath the basket. And I think we're going to have another foul. And we're going to go all the way to the other end of the floor and shoot 2 free throws.
That was good help defense right there by the Garber Dukes at the baseline. And you're right, 3:59. Let's go to the other end of the floor, shoot a couple free throws for number 20. And that's going to be Eva Bebo.
You don't mind aggressive fouls. You don't like them 85 feet from the basket.
From your own, in front of your own bench.
Little southpaw stroke. First one is off the mark.
Iva's hope I'm pronouncing that right. Iva's another sophomore. Jeff, the Garber Lady Dukes, not a senior on the squad. 1, 2, 3, 4 freshmen on that squad. Man, these two teams are going to be fun to watch in the next 2 or 3 years.
That one's off the mark, and there's only one person that's not happy about that stat, and that's the JV coach.
Right, exactly.
So we're going to have a reach-in foul, and that's going to go against the Garber Lady Dukes, number 25, Claire Arnold.
Second personal. Claire's third personal foul. Second team foul, excuse me.
Moore sends that one down on the baseline, an errant shot. Nice job of sweeping the glass that time by McIntyre.
She's had a nice game tonight for the Garber Dukes. Played very well.
8-point deficit. We kind of been stuck on this score for a while. Trying to go back around the horn. Good defense that time by John Glenn. Double iron, not able to go. Finally, the ball bounces around. Back down the floor at the other end. And the John Glenn Bobcats will reset the show, let it fly.
That's a big one.
Tickling the twine on the trifecta was number 20, Gable.
They needed that. Bobcats were in a little bit of a lull right there. They needed that. That's going to be a travel.
Yep, and you got the double team. They were very patient. They just held their area. That's exactly the way you teach.
Yep, exactly. And using the out-of-bounds line as that third defender with no place to go. So 34-23, 3:02 to go here, Jeff, here in the third quarter.
Here come the Lady Bobcats.
Good closeout.
Another great opportunity, but good defense. May have made that shot forced up a little bit too quick. And one and done as the Lady Dukes try and dent that 11-point deficit. Boy, had an opportunity if she would have taken off right away to go to the hole. Great look underneath it, an excellent finish that time by the Lady Dukes.
Ellie gave great hands right there. That kind of went right over the head of the defender. Another tough shot by number 4, Aubrey Moore for the Lady Bobcats. 1-2-1-1. Here it comes for the Bobcats.
And again, early in the second half, they were doing token pressure. Now 2 or 3 times, they've made that pressure cause a turnover.
Yep, they just did it again right there. The Garber player stepped out of bounds, 36-25, 2-11, Jeff.
That proverbial clock in your head as you get close to 10 really speeds up. 10 seconds is a long time, but when you know you're getting close, that really changes your mojo.
Woo.
Shot just double irons and was unable to finish. Great seal that time to allow that shot to go up from number 22 on the play. Unable to finish, though, was Alonzo Manning.
Bebo with a really nice back side rebound for the Lady Dukes on that last shot.
And they're going to stay right there as just running out of real estate was McDonald. She did a nice thing, though, just put it off the defender's leg and regroup and live for another possession.
$140, you have to go here in the third quarter. Really nice game tonight by both squads. Referees doing a nice job letting these young ladies play. You get, like we've said this before, Jeff, you get up to the varsity level, it's different than freshman and JV. It's a little more physical. Players are a little quicker, a little faster, a little stronger. So it's been, what a nice play right there by Shayla McIntyre. Right off the backside of the Bobcat player. She's going to get rewarded, shoot a couple free throws. Smart play.
Well, and, there's advantages to having your back to the inbound, and there's advantages to looking at it. They tried to create an extra defender, and That time it worked out for the Lady Dukes.
Really, again, nice shooting, McIntyre. We know she's in double figures tonight for the Lady Dukes.
Second free throw attempt forthcoming. Again,
man,
over 80% on the night.
It's been impressive. It's been impressive.
Well, and you strive as a coach for 70. If you get plus 70 on it, you know that they're executing very well.
And you're doing that a lot in practice. You're shooting a lot of free throws in practice like this. In this situation, you put pressure on the kids in practice for running or drills or something. So hats off to the Lady Dukes for what an impressive showing from the free throw line.
As John Glenn is looking to spread that offense out again and looking for that shot up. Glass, she called it. Bank's open. Oh, yeah.
The bank's open here in Essexville. I thought just the credit unions were open. I don't know if the banks were open.
Not Friday night here at the Duke Dome, they are. 39-27, a 12-point lead for the Lady Bobcats. 1 minute left in our third quarter. Just unable to finish that time was Gaith and had a good look. And what do we got?
Got a foul on Gaith bringing up the floor against the, kind of just bumped into Manning a little bit.
Maybe a little frustration after that miss.
Aubrey Moore, excuse me. She bumped into Aubrey Moore. That was a nice take by Gaith down there on the offensive end.
There's another look and just off the mark as that shot went up from number 44, Jurek. And onto the offense. Go the Lady Dukes. 33 ticks left.
Good entry pass.
Great look, and it was a great shot, just unable to finish that time for Meisner. Up 12 with the ball. What a great move to the hole. Unable to finish, but she gets her own rebound, and she's going to send that back up front.
Oh, she walked.
Just shuffled the tootsies before she went, but nice offensive set.
She had the right idea. She just forgot to put the rock on the floor, and that was a nice move right there by number 12, Tatum Carbino. I like that move.
Yep, left in our third quarter, and an opportunity for the Dukes to get the last shot off here. See if they can get that lead back down to 10 or 9. Great look underneath, unable to finish at the end of our third quarter of play. John Glenn 39, Garber 27. Back in a moment for the Final 8 on BCTV.
Covenant Healthcare is leading the way in orthopedics with next-generation robotic-assisted joint replacements, advanced expertise for trauma injuries, and personalized sports medicine care, so you stay one step ahead. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Back on BCTV. Mike, why don't you thank our great sponsor?
All right, Jeff, Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV. Village in Action, towing the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame. Frank's Great Outdoors, Bay City All Saints Booster Club, and our longest running sponsor again this year, Jeff, Covenant Healthcare.
Man, going all the way back
ways.
to 2017.
Long ways. Couldn't do it without them. All of them.
Yep, they all make it something special and give us the opportunity to continue to bring this. As a great job, McIntyre, with the steal. Little soft kiss off the glass for the Deuce. And it's back to a 10-point.
You know, if we get this thing down to 6 or 4 here, Jeff, it's going to be a whole new ball game. We were talking about that at the break in the quarter. They just couldn't get it under 8. They're at 10 right now, so let's see what the Dukes can do.
As they come back into the offensive set, McIntyre up deep on the right wing. She's going to burp it up from 22, and that ball comes hard off the iron and out of bounds. Nice job. John Glenn just boxed out and let that thing go.
Yeah, that baby would have went. The old Duke Dome, the roof would have went off this place.
Onto the offense. Great job going to the hole. And it looks like there's going to be a foul, and that'll be on Meisner.
Ellie Meisner's the first personal team foul number 1 here in the fourth quarter. Duke's down 10, Jeff. They've got it to 8, but they have not been able to get any closer.
First free throw attempt up just a little bit strong. One more opportunity at the line. See if the Bobcats can get 1 out of 2 here at the free throw line. Same spot on that second shot off the back iron. And the ball is back down into the hands of the Lady Dukes. Up over the timeline they come. 7 minutes and counting left in our ball game. Deep on the ring. Great baseline entry pass and a great finish.
That was a really nice pass, really good finish. 39-31, 6:43 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Meisner with that great touch. And then McIntyre with a great one and done. Hends it to the other half of the law for McIntyre, and McIntyre strong to the hole with the finish. I think Dale Clyde might take a timeout. Let's see.
39-33, 6:24 and counting, Jeff. They got it to within 6 here in the fourth quarter. Here come the Dukes.
Gonna burp up a long 3 ball. Can't get that to drop. Fight for the loose change. And that ball is going to go over to Garber, and that's a good call.
Really good call. Wow. What a game we've got going here in the fourth quarter. Dukes will take it out. Here comes that Bobcat 2-2-1 full court, 3/4 court trap.
And when you look at it, you can't tell if it's going to be token or clamp down, and they don't show it until after the ball gets inbounded.
And it all depends on where the ball is going to go, and there's the spot right there.
You cannot force to the outside when that sideline is there. And a great job by John Glenn knowing where that out-of-bounds sideline marker was.
Step out of bounds for the defense, and on offensive, we just need to reverse the ball. The old saying is the ball can travel faster than the defense, so it'll pass the ball to break the press.
Down to 6 points. This is going to be a great finish to this one. And again, the Lady Dukes have really extended that defense, and John Glenn has not been able to finish at the line. Moore just taps that away to keep from getting the deuce. Didn't pick up the foul, which was a good thing, but don't look now. But the Lady Dukes could cut it to 4 or 3 with a basket.
Down 6 with the rock, Jeff. 5:50 to go. Lots of basketball to be played yet.
As they get the inbound, is just going to beat the 5 seconds. Meisner sends that ball around to McIntyre. Back up top, they are looking. They've got plenty of time. Just show patience on offense and get the good look. McIntyre tried to dribble, penetrate. Great defense, cut them off at the pass. Great look inside, unable to finish. And one and done with a great look to get the ball back to Moore quickly into the offense. Going to beat the pressure of the defense and a little bit strong on the upper, and they've got good looks, just unable to finish.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jeff. They have had some really nice looks. They're just not going down for the Bobcats right now like it did in the previous 3 quarters.
And we're going to have a little hold here. Yep. Not sure who they're going to.
Gable.
Okay.
Second personal, team foul number 1. Really, when you think about it, Jeff, the fouls, the third quarter was the most fouls we had in the whole game. So really solid playing by both squads when you don't get a lot of fouls called.
I would say the Garber Dukes have certainly made the most of their opportunities at the free throw line, and that's why they're down 6 right now instead of maybe 10 or 12.
Yep, you're exactly right. 39-33, 4:58 to go, and a very well played varsity girls basketball game hopping around here on the Duke Dome on a Friday night.
Yes, indeed. They've got the pep band here, and we're all just looking forward to a great finish to this game and a great one next. Long deuce that time going up from McDonald, and with 4:40 left, John Glenn back on the offense with a much-needed attempt to double iron and goes out of bounds. And we'll be back over to the Lady Dukes.
I'll tell you, here we go. Here come the Dukes, down 4. And they have worked hard, Jeff, but you know what? They've been patient working to get back into this basketball game.
Coach Megan has done a great job with these girls, just telling them, keep it close, keep the faith. And now we're coming down the floor. Just a little bit too strong on the pass, and Coach Dale Clyde says, oh, again, we gave up an easy deuce, but the adrenaline's still flowing in these young ladies.
Yeah, both squads are playing really well. They're doing a lot of nice things, shooting the ball well. Free throws for the Garber Dukes have kept them in this ball game, and they're going to stick with the 2-2-1 three-quarter court.
This is looking like token pressure once again as they allow them into the front court.
Good look. Good look.
Great look at the other end, just a little bit strong, and that long rebound comes down to the Bobcats. Moore going to the hole, and she is fouled. Great job of attacking under control.
You know, Jeff, she saw 4 white shirts inside the paint, and then she just kind of pulled up with a little teardrop. Anytime you see a defense like that, you pull up and take that shot. That was an excellent, excellent decision by number 4, Aubrey Moore.
It was a great read, and boy, there's the first point that the Lady Bobcats have scored in a while.
Yeah. In 4 minutes.
Yes, I would say they've gone 4 minutes without. Yep, that was 39 at the end of the third.
Yeah.
So whenever you see those, as you said, Mike, though, and they're backpedaling, that's where you pick up and you pull up for that little 10-footer.
One of the things I had to learn to do when I played a little college ball when I saw that. That was one of the things I had a little bit of difficulty doing. I picked it up, but you know, you have the green light to pull up and take that shot.
Coming down the floor, and we're going to have a hold.
That's a good call, too.
And I think that's a good call, too, because if she gets that pass, she's got an easy deuce. So it's only team foul number 3, so you take it out of bounds and live for another set.
Olivia McDonald with the foul, her first personal. Team foul number 3 for Garber. Good closeout.
More showing the patience, so good decision to not force it. This is a good looking shot, just a little bit strong. And we're going to stay right here as that ball goes out of bounds. Boy, that last shot was right on line, just a little bit long. We were staring right at it here.
Had good rotation on it, too, and everything. We're back up here in the north corner here at the upper gym.
Moore got a good pass, but was just a little too far under the basket to be able to finish. McIntyre trying to finish, unable to make that happen, but look at who races for her own miss.
Hustle.
That is a great job of hustle by McIntyre. Back out again. Both defenses pushing this out 30 feet from the basket. Not looking for any easy looks for anybody. Nice skip pass. McIntyre with a pump fake. Strong to the hole. Good defense. Shot up and missed. And here come the John Glenn Bobcats. Good decision. 1-on-3. Slowing it down just a little bit. And boy, tough foul because when you look at things, number 25, Claire Arnold thought that ball was coming right to her, and she just didn't attack and get it, and therefore the contact will be a foul on her, and that is her fourth.
Yeah, she was just a skosh late with, she could have had that ball. And Coach Clyde says, let's have a timeout, everybody. We'll take one here on Bay County TV, 41-35, back in a bit here at the Duke Dome. Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wasdala. Glad to have you along. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming tonight as it's a 6-point game with 2:53 left in the ball game. We have been very entertained.
Lots of fun here tonight at the Duke Dome. Here on the beautiful campus of Garber High School. A lot of familiar faces, seeing a really, really good basketball game.
And again, great backside to Moore. tickles the twine on the trifecta. Out of bounds play, designed and executed to perfection.
Well, she could have went either way, but she took her time, Jeff. Boy, she squared up really nice. That is a big hoop. 44-35, Bobcats up.
Well, and if you remember the Adam Moore back in the day at Tawas, he could fill it up. So I'm sure that he's been able to translate some of that goodness to the family.
You think they've been out in the driveway a little bit, daughter and dad, a little once in a while?
I can about imagine. She says, "Dad, I'm going out first with the shovel. I'll see you in 10 minutes." As the inbounds pass is errant, and into the offensive set will go John Glenn. And again, no need to force that ball to the inside, and Dale is frustrated because there was just no need for that pass.
Lots of time left. We got 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, this is a huge possession for Garber. They got to come away with points, and that one is errant. What a great screen, and I don't know, are they going to get the moving screen and go the other way?
I think she gave her a little push in the back, so I don't think they're getting a moving screen. I think it's just going to be a push, and it'll be out of bounds underneath to the Lady Bobcats.
Boy, that could have gone either way.
Went.
Now we're going to have a 30-second timeout. We're going to take another break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back here on BCT, a little familiar face for you, Coach, in the corner.
Yeah, Brian Campbell, the principal here at Garber High School. I had the privilege and honor of working with him for about 5 years out here. And we remember Brian came from All Saints, came to Garber, and he's doing a fantastic job out here. For kids love him.
Boy, it isn't too often as a principal you get to move and stay in the same community without having to relocate.
Yeah, that's very fortunate for Brian. Loved working with him. Does a nice job. Kids love him.
Both ends of the free throw good.
Boy, we went from 4 to 10 in just a millisecond there, Jeff.
And that's going to be a block and a score from McIntyre. I think just slight movement at the end. Had she just stayed put and gone vertical, there probably would have been a no call.
That's a big hoop with the $1:49 to go in the ball game, 45-37. Big free throw right here gets them down to 7 points.
And if they get it, they'll come with pressure. They've got the pressure. And again, ball movement is going to be what gets them where they need to be.
Nice job by the Bobcats, just taking their time, not trying to force anything.
Going back in the middle. Bear for the loose change, unable to finish on the second attempt. And here come the Lady Dukes, down 7. Trying to move into the offense. They've got time yet with $1:20 and counting left in the ball game. Trying to slide that ball around. They don't have to get a 3 here. They can get a 2. Now time slightly a factor at $1:08 as they're trying to race to the hole. Nice job of letting that shot go without a foul. Down the floor come the Bobcats right in front of Dale Clyde. You know they weren't attacking the
I heard
basket.
him up here. I could hear him say to pull it back out.
I felt my 4 hairs move back. I could feel it so strongly up here. Yeah, they want to just take the air out of the ball right now and just run in a little weave, a little 4-corner something. I think that's Phil Ford out there.
Phil Ford, Harlem Globetrotters, Phil Ford and 4-corner offense. So they will go to the line to shoot 2. And this is who you want at the line. Aaliyah Alonzo Manny, the 10th grader, going to shoot a couple. 40.8 ticks to go in the ball game, Jeff.
2 free throws here will make it a full 3-possession game. Takes her time, spins it a couple of times, and Boy, she likes the friendly rims here at Garber.
Doesn't matter how it looks as long as it goes in.
8-point lead with 40.8 ticks to go. Bend to the knees, flick of the wrist, just off on that delivery.
Make a basket here, get a timeout.
McIntyre just got caught in between steps. 3-point attempt off the mark.
Well, it's a good-looking shot.
And great job that time with Moore. She not only gets the rebound, but single-handedly breaks the pressure and brings it into the offense.
Well, it's not her first rodeo either. She's got varsity-level competition, so she's pretty savvy with the basketball.
Boy, and they have chewed up a lot of clock here. Now a forced foul coming from number 20, Iva Bebo. Look who's back at the free throw line.
That's who you want at the free throw line. If it's not her, it's number 4, Moore. First one forthcoming.
All Cotton on the first delivery.
Only thing that ball hit was the floor.
Joe Rodriguez said all I had to do was put the arms out, and it fell right into me lap. Boy, just calm, cool, and collected at the free throw line. No fouls now, just kind of roll down the floor and let the clock roll. So after a 15-point victory the first time around, they're going to get away. That's all there is.
Isn't anymore.
A 10-point victory for the John Glenn Bobcats. We're going to be back in a moment. We'll recap this one on a great game from the Duke Dome in just a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here with our Frank's Great Outdoors post-game wrap-up. This is a great game that went back and forth. Actually a 2-point advantage for Garber in the fourth quarter, but they just could not come back in the end.
They got it within 4, and they just could not get over that hump, Jeff. They did what they did the whole game. They made their free throws. They just couldn't get over the hump to get close enough to get that lead. But, take your head off to the Lady Bobcats. They did a nice job of stemming the tide there when the Lady Dukes got close.
Well, they went 4 minutes of the fourth quarter before they got the Moore free throw, and I think that really took the lid off the basket for the Bobcats down the stretch.
Well, and you say it many times, when you get to the free throw and you make that one free throw, that kind of loosens you up a little bit. I think that's what they did, Lady Bobcats. They made some baskets. Defense was solid down the stretch, and the Bobcats made their free throws down the stretch also.
Great jam-packed house, great crowd on hand for tonight's game. These are just fun to be a part of.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun.
That about puts the wraps on the Frank's Great Outdoors post-game wrap-up. Back with the second half of our doubleheader in just a moment on BCTV.
Don't touch that remote.